If you want to dive into the world of animation, you're gonna have to choose between 2D or 3D animation. There are actually different styles of animation in both 2D and 3D, which will make each one of them easy or hard depending on your preference, your artistic background, in addition to the resources you have, whether it be time or money, that you can spend on equipment and training. Animation can be simple or complex in both 2D and 3D, and it all depends on your projects combined with the factors I just mentioned. Before we jump into the details, I wanted to let you know about this training that will help you learn how to create a short cinematic car chase animation in Blender. You will learn many things following the instructor's workflow, things such as modeling, texturing, lighting and compositing, in addition to vehicle rigging and cinematic camera movement. I believe one thing that will make this look good is cinematic camera movement, so it's gonna be an important part of this training. And finally, you will make the short car animation using the green screen, camera tracking and motion blur. Also, as a bonus, the instructor will also show you how to build a small game by optimizing the game environment and showing you how to do texture baking to create the game project for PC and Android. If you are interested in this training, you will find all the necessary links in the description. The main difference between 2D and 3D is that in 2D animation it is about drawings, and in 3D it is about animation of 3D characters in space, not on a 2D plane. The modern 2D animation though depends on software in the first place, just like 3D animation, and they share a lot of common production attributes. But of course, it is more complex than that because the production process involves a lot of steps, especially in 3D. 2D animation is something that is usually created frame by frame. So it is simple in concept, but it is time consuming and methodical. For the most part, whether it's easy or difficult depends on your ability to have the right skills in addition to the quality and size of your projects. Generally, you will find it easier if you draw quickly and efficiently. This too can be applied to 3D animation, but I would say it is more true in 2D animation. 3D animation is not about creating every frame from scratch, and the secret comes down to the long process of preparation you need to go through before starting to animate your first character. This is the case because when you reach the actual process of animation, you set the beginning and ending position of your animated character or object, then the software will do the frames in between. After that, you will need to tweak the animation if it is necessary. One of the biggest differences between 2D and 3D animation is that 3D is very technical, which means you need to learn a lot of technical skills in order to be able to create animations. 3D animation has a lot of elements to be prepared before starting to animate, otherwise it's not gonna work. Also, as I said before, if you choose the route of 2D animation that uses rigging and advanced animation tools, it can be technical too, but there is an upside for that, of course. The 2D animation process starts off with a script, and when it gets greenlit, it goes to production. One of the first and important things in the creation process is storyboarding. It includes movements and angles of the camera and timing of shots. Also, there is layout for scenes and environments. Next is the animation of key drawings and frames. After that, there is the cleanup of these key drawings so that the lines don't vibrate. This step is followed by smoothing out the animation, or what is known as intercalation. Next is cleanup of these intercalations. And finally, we jump to ink and paint. Now they are doing this process digitally, because they used to do it by hand before. There are several 2D software that make the 2D animation easier, automating the movement of objects by keyframing attributes on the timeline. There are also other software that can help you speed up the animation process by using motion tracking, so you can add animation on top of existing footage. You can also use 2D software to add visual effects to 2D scenes, which is something very difficult to do using traditional drawings, if not impossible to come close to the same level of quality. On the other hand, the process of 3D animation goes through many steps as well, which involves creating models for props and environments, in addition to characters as well. Second thing is rigging. It is about creating skeletons, bones, skin, clothes, and hair control dynamics to be able to move characters. There is also the process of texturing or surfacing, which is about creating textures or colors for surfaces, which determines how they interact with light. There is also layout, which is the step between pre-production and production. The next step is the process of animation. This is the part in which characters start taking action. The process of animation, of course, includes visual effects for characters and environments. There's also matte painting, and this process is about creating background for environments like skies, mountains, forests, and so on. There is also lighting, which is very important and determines the quality of the whole project. Finally, cameras and rendering, in addition to post-production work that includes compositing. In the end, I would say it all depends on your personal preferences and what you find personally enjoyable, because both require time and patience. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and you can also check some of our previous videos. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.